Hey everybody, welcome to the BECU podcast. My name is Jay Chachi. I'm your host, and today I'm joined by the lovely Yas Montaseri. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
Yes, and she
technically.
is a second year biomedical engineering student here at Ryerson University. It is a pleasure to have you here today.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
So, before I really get into like the meat of this conversation,
Mhm.
how's your summer been?
My summer has been very chill. Thankfully, I've been enjoying it. But like low key, I just don't want it to end because I know what second year is gonna be. So a little scared.
Nah, don't worry.
So
I just finished second year. It was not fun. It was even worse because it was online, but it is what it is.
it is
So,
what it is.
one thing that I wanted to start off this with is that my friend Yusuf, he's a VP of BQ, and he told me that you're actually a VP as well. You are
Mhm.
the VP of operations at Res. So, if for anybody who doesn't know that, that's like one of the biggest engineering societies here at Ryerson. So maybe you could comment about how you got into that position, what you're learning, how do you feel about being in that position? Are you even enjoying it? Wait, actually, you probably have to say you enjoy it, but
I
maybe
love
you
being. I'm
love it.
kidding.
Okay.
So the process was very interesting because I got elected throughout the by elections, and originally I was applying to be the biomedical director, and sadly I didn't get that position.
I think VP of
So
operations is a good compromise. You know.
I know it's crazy. Anyways, I didn't get the position I wanted, so I was like, I'll just do it next year, I guess. I'll get more like biomedical net connections and all that kind of stuff. And then by elections came out, and they're like, "Oh, there's no VP of operations." And I was like,
That
"Hmm."
could be me.
Honestly, I was not expecting to win that election, or nor be the only candidate there. So I was like, you know what? Let's just apply for a joke. And then they're like, my friends from like Rest, they were like kind of like pressuring me. They're like, yeah, go for it. I'm like, I'm not gonna get it, but like, I'll just go for it
Get
in
it.
case.
Joke's
I've been
on you.
in the operations committee and stuff, so
Well,
yeah.
turned out pretty
I
well.
just, surprisingly, so I went there. I got in. I got the nomination stuff, and I got my signatures that was required, and then I was like, okay, there are eight other people. It's fine if I don't get the position. It's whatever. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's just worth a try. And then the results come out. I'm the only person that is like basically running for it. And I was like,
It's meant to
okay,
be. It's meant to be.
cool.
It's meant to
I
be.
guess it was meant to be. So yeah, that's how I got the position. Interestingly enough,
No, it's
I
actually
was
pretty
like,
interesting. The fact that, like, to be fair, you put up a very good fight against yourself, and you got the
yeah.
position. But
Like I was originally, like, I wasn't even expecting to be in that position like anytime soon. I was like, okay. I had like this whole thing planned. I was like, I'll be the biomedical director, then VP ops, and then maybe president. I don't know. But yeah, and so far, ever since I've got elected, it's been very interesting. Like I've gained a lot of like valuable experiences, such as like learning how to interview people or hire people, for example. Like went through like an HR training. It's been a cool experience. Do I love it? Kinda, yeah, it's cool, but it
yeah,
has its own pros and cons.
I'm assuming the stress is starting to pile up now that September is like almost here, and you're like starting to get right back into the action with res. But what can you do,
I,
right?
I mean, I've been doing like a lot of work even before school has
It's
started, so I'm scared that what's gonna happen during the school year. So I guess it is what it is.
good luck for the school year. I know I'm in the same boat. Obviously not the same. Oh, okay. Not obviously not the
I'm kidding.
same leadership position, but yeah, I know what you mean. But
Mhm.
back to like the biomedical director thing. I
Mhm.
know you said that you wanted to get some more biomedical connections.
Mhm.
Obviously, you're getting some right now. I'm a student life associate with
Yeah.
BQ. But are you interested in joining like other like biomedical like clubs like BMES,
I mean,
BQ?
I am part of the IEEE EMBS
Oh,
itself, so
okay.
like I am clearly interested. It's just that I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like elections and stuff because it causes like unnecessary competition.
I know what you
So
mean. Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just like it's a little stressful, and like if you're going against your friends, and it's like you know. But I would love to, if there is an opportunity for me to join like any biomedical related student groups, I would love to join it.
okay. So that's good to hear. I'm glad that
Yeah,
you're staying loyal to the cause, the
of
newest
course, for
newest
sure.
discipline. But yeah, so another thing I wanted to just quickly ask is I had school in person first year, so I was able to
Mhm,
meet a lot of like random people from different disciplines. And
mhm.
you're in res, so you're definitely meeting like different people.
Yeah.
But then out of like seeing those people try to convince you, right? They're like join comp, join ELE. Like why are you in this? Join mech. Like you don't need to be in BME. BME doesn't matter. Why did you choose BME? Like whether that like you can tell me the story from like the way beginning. It could be from
So
elementary to now, like whatever you want to do.
honestly though, like it has been a trip for me because like I also have like kind of been debating whether if I should stay in BME or not. But like the more time passes and the more I interact with people and the more I see what they have to deal with, I'm like, no, BME is my thing. I'll just stay in BME. Like trust me, a lot of people like in mech have tried to like convince me to join mech and I'm like, no. Even I still have friends till this day who's in civil trying to convince me to be in civil and I'm like, I already have a civil engineer in my household. I don't want to be the other one. So I'll just be the unique one. And then personally, I just like biology and like learning about the human anatomy and all that kind of stuff. And I'm
You'll
like,
get there.
yeah,
You'll learn that this semester. Hopefully, I
yeah,
think
for
it is.
sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't wait for
it's
that.
definitely interesting. No, it's pretty interesting,
Yes.
but no, it's fun.
No. And also like being part of the IEEE EMBS has like helped me to be more exposed with it within the industry and made me realize that you know what BME is something I want to do instead of like being in comp or yelling. No offense to them. No
No, no,
offense
no
to them.
offense to them. Obviously, we are better, but no offense to them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like it's okay. It's kind of funny. They added the B to the BME. I mean, not BME. They added the ECB. We're at the very
Yeah,
end.
yeah, we're just at the end.
You know
It's
our
fine.
our
They
co-op
saved the
portal.
best for last.
Our co-op portal is spelled incorrectly because
Mhm.
they don't respect BME that much. But
It's
it is what it
fine.
is. But
It is what it is.
so speaking of BME being something you like, I know that I being in BQ is a responsibility and being in any club is a responsibility. But you're in res, so how do you manage the responsibility of being an engineer and then also being in a very big like engineering society for the school?
So you see, I haven't experienced it in person yet, like
Okay.
like school yet.
Hmm.
So like since it's been summer and personally I don't have like any work or anything, so like I'll just do the work whenever I want to. But when I was part of REST back in like FYB, obviously being FYB was not like a huge responsibility. All it was like attend the meetings. One thing I've learned is like time management is the key to everything. So I guess time management has helped me a lot to manage all those stuff. Kind of.
No, I know what you mean, but okay,
Yeah.
wait. So, what are your actual tasks? Like, what does the VP of Operations of REST do? What does
Um,
Yas Montaseri do on a regular day for?
sleep.
Okay,
I'm
other than
kidding.
okay, what's her like res responsibilities?
So for now, since like it's summer and a lot of people have like kind of resigned from their positions.
Oh,
So one of my responsibilities is to hire directors and work directly with the directors. Another responsibility that I've witnessed is hire for my own committee and hire the design zone commissioner and sustainability commissioner, which is like going to be during in person. So I don't need to worry about it now. Other than that, I just set meetings. Um, yeah, nothing special. I'm being in charge of like adding merchandises to what is it called to the square shop or the rest shop basically, and booking Zoom for people who need like those premium Zoom accounts for their like events
mhm.
and like maybe like book venues if everything becomes in person. I think that's about it. Not like it's not like a huge thing.
You
It's
just
just
listed
more
like
of
50 different things to do, and then you're just like,
yeah,
nah, not a lot of things to do.
things to do. Yeah,
It's
yeah, but
so
like
simple
there
things.
there are a lot, but like they're not super hardcore that like requires a lot of skills. It's like it's something that you kind of learn as you do it. So
No, I'm glad you seem like somebody who deserves to be in the VP position. The fact that you're just like shrugging off all these responsibilities,
yeah,
but no, I can tell you take it very seriously, especially
yeah.
considering one thing Yusuf actually talked to me about was that you were in IEEE. You mentioned that earlier,
Hmm.
and then in that you also do a lot of operations related tasks. So like,
Yeah.
what makes you feel like you're like somebody who, how do I say it? How does operations connect to you? Like, why is it something you're really good
So
at? Or I'm
that's a
assuming you're
great.
really good at it, but how are you able to Like move your
So
skills towards it so you can do well in it.
yeah. So personally, as a kid, I've always been very involved with a lot of things. Like even in university, now that I'm like involved, like in high school, I was also very involved. And one thing I realized, like when I was a kid, when I was volunteering for this Persian festival called Tirgan, I was in the operations team, and like I've always liked something about operations. Like it's always like spontaneous. It's not like office work where you're supposed to like sitting down and like I don't know email a lot of people or like make yourself spreadsheet. I just like the aspect of like being spontaneous. Personally, I have like dabbled in like other positions or like I've witnessed stuff. And personally, I don't think I'm like either a finance type of person or like marketing because like I've done marketing before and that was like, anyways. So yeah, like I think the only reason I choose to be in operations, first of all, I feel like I'm very pretty decent at it, and it interests me the most because it's like very spontaneous and like everything new completely happens and always like you have to be always on top of your game.
So if you were like to ever maybe apply for a role that's a bit higher, so you know how you said you want to be a biomedical engineering like director for one of these clubs,
Mhm.
if you ever get like offered a role, even in like res, that's like of a higher position, but you know that it's going to be like more of a sit down role, like would you take it or you just keep being like a VP of operations? Like do you need
Honestly,
that variety?
I'm personally one thing that I like about myself is that I'm always up for change because my whole life like I haven't like settled to one thing because everything has been like constant change for me. So like I can easily adapt to anything. So like if there's a higher position and maybe it could be just a sit down role, but like if it has like at least somewhat of an interesting aspect to it, of course I would take it. I'm always like willing to learn and like, experience new things.
No, I know what you mean. It's good.
Yeah.
If Yusuf ever steps down as VP, I'm there. I'm just kidding. Oh, Yusuf, if you're watching this, I'm not threatening your position. When you're editing this, just cut it out. Just take it out. I'm not trying to take your thing. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like when you get those opportunities, you want to take them, but then they also have to align to your like interests.
Yeah.
So,
And
speaking of interests, I heard that you actually said you move around a lot, so that's why I started like thinking about it. But
yeah.
you're apparently, or not apparently, you are into photography. And yeah,
Oh,
I heard that, and I heard you're very good at photography. So,
oh God, okay.
have you been doing photography this summer, or is it just like a on and off thing?
So to be honest, like in high school, I was very, very passionate about photography to a point where everyone thought I'd be going majoring in photography. But like it's just like now it got less because like COVID. And on top of that, there just been, I don't know, like it decreased my interest in it. But honestly, I'm always like open back to getting into it. But it's like I see it more of as a hobby compared to like, having it as like a job.
Hmm. And do you feel like
So
having hobbies is important? Like, I know I like my hobbies, but
mhm.
like moving forward, I'm a third year, so I'm gonna be scared
Yeah.
when I start applying for co-ops. Like, my hobby's important, but right now, as you're building yourself up as a student and as like a person of like a high position in these clubs, do you think your hobbies are important, or would you recommend other students continue their hobbies?
Honestly, like having hobbies, like the more hobbies you have, the more well-rounded person you are. Like personally, doing photography or doing arts has like led me to be more creative and like think of tackle problems in very creative ways. So honestly, there's nothing wrong to have hobbies, other than like if you like everything needs its own balance. Obviously, you don't have to spend your whole life on your hobbies, so you can like focus on whatever, and it just helps you like develop as a person like even better.
And I know what you mean, but
Yeah,
hobbies. I had to like cut so many hobbies, but then you know what? It doesn't matter. It's
it
okay.
is
I
what
have
it
I
is.
have these podcasts. That's my hobbies now. I record other people, but whatever.
I
Uh,
feel you.
so sad. But no. Speaking of curiosity, good thing that you have like you're confident in your curiosity, because especially when you start getting into fourth year, the capstone projects, that's like a whole
Ooh,
like ordeal.
I'm very excited for
You're
that.
excited.
Oddly
I'm
enough.
dreading it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh no, because like groups, big projects. Like I'm hearing about some of these capstone projects of some of the the other podcast guests, and like, oh no, I am screwed beyond belief. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, one before I wish you a farewell, I have a very important question, the most important question
Ooh,
of the podcast that we
okay.
ask all our podcast guests, and it is you don't have to answer it obviously, or you can give me like the second most applicable story. But what is the most embarrassing moment you've had at school or in a school environment in the last like 16 years? So like it can be anywhere from grade school to like university now.
You see, this whole 16 plus years of school has been all a pure embarrassment. So like I can't really like pinpoint which one. But one story I thought of, I don't know if it's like embarrassing. It's just like it's funny and sad at the same time. It was like back in grade 8 when I was doing my not doing when we were on our grad trip, we went to Montreal and it was the first day. We're on top of Montreal and I was like giving ideas to my friends, like, oh my god, we should like take this type of picture, and I was like, like also showing like what we should do. And as I was doing one of my like ideas, my friend was about to give me my phone, and I jumped, and it hit the back of her hand, and my phone went up and smacked it again. So for the rest of the trip, I
Oh,
couldn't use my phone properly. So
did you get like any pictures? Like, did you at least like get shared
not a
pictures?
lot.
Oh,
So it was tough. It was tough.
did you have to call your parents or anything? I know my parents would be asking me to like call them every hour or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I mean, like I called them like when it was necessary, so they won't be worried, or like texted them, or like they texted me. So I had to like call them right away. I'm like, hey, I may have a kind of broke my phone.
Was it a new phone or like?
Um, I well at the time I had it like in November when I was in grade 7,
Okay,
and that happened in like in May of grade 8.
okay, but
So
what
like
phone was it?
it was a iPhone 5C.
Oh, my first phone was like some $45 cheap like Chinese knockoff. Like you broke an iPhone 5C in grade 8. Oh my! And you're
No,
younger than me too. Oh, well,
I don't want to
I,
talk about
it's
that.
okay.
So
It's more sad than it is embarrassing, but
I don't know.
yeah,
Like
at
I couldn't
least
think of like a proper embarrassing story.
no,
And I was
that's
like,
pretty
That's kind of
embarrassing.
funny."
Like showing off like photo positions and then just completely like smacking your phone and breaking it. Like you were just too excited. You were just too excited. What can you do?
I'm just a very what is it called? Overly enthusiastic.
Not to
I
tell
mean, I've
you.
toned down now, but
This is toned down. You're very like excited. Like you're very animated. Well,
but yeah.
uh, that was great. I'm glad. I hope you have a new phone. It's been many years. I hope
I
you've.
mean, yeah. I mean, I have a new phone, but like, who said it's not broken?
Oh, is it another iPhone? Did you drop it? Did you crack it?
You see,
Okay, I'm gonna take
I
that as a
kind of
yes.
cracked it. I
Kinda,
kind of cracked it,
kinda.
but this one was an interesting one. I have a screen protector and a case,
Mhm.
and it fell down and it's still cracked.
Well, that is
It's just my luck with phones.
that's Apple. It is what it is. At least you have iMessage. That's the best part.
Yeah, that's what
But
matters.
it's all good. But then,
Yeah,
are you really an iPhone user if your phone isn't cracked?
that is very
Again,
true.
you
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. That's what I've been saying.
Mhm. So, thank you for your time today. For
Thank you
all
for.
the people watching, let's give Yas a virtual thank you. I'm not sure how you're gonna do it, but do it. And
Yeah,
so, thank you so much for joining me today. For all the
thank
BQ
you for
members, thank you
having
for
me.
listening. Thank you so much for bearing my terrible hosting. But
Honestly, you're not that bad. Trust.
not that
Like I've
bad.
had.
Oh.
No, no, I've seen worse. Like you're fine.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for your time today. I hope you an amazing September. Hopefully, you can start experiencing Rye in person. Let's fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed this winter.
And then maybe I'll see you in BQ too. You know, if you join another
I
biomedical
mean,
thing.
if you guys offer positions, maybe.
We always offer position. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure. I'm just another associate. I don't know about the upper inner workings. But yes, thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you
Okay.
during the school year, and
Yeah,
thank you for your
same.
time.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.